So what is principle of change? What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to another educational video, and this time we're going to be talking about principle of change and what is it. So, principle of change. Oh, principle of change. What is that again? I don't. What? Let me. Anyway, that is what determines the market value of a product. For this example, a home. Economic factors play a part in that, as well as I like to say, people's taste plays a part in that. That determines what a house is going to be worth. The other thing is the governmental situation, as well as the social of what is going to play a part in what the home is going to be worth and the value of it in the market. You're thinking, well, that's a lot of things. I'm like, well, those things do play a factor for purchasing homes. And I will kind of go through kind of an overall gist of what that really entails. So, the reason why people will want to purchase a certain home in a certain neighborhood at a certain price point is because the amenities, where it's located, how far is it from their job? And then we also have to remember one key element: the education. People who want to have kids or already have children do not want to move to a neighborhood that has that has a bad education system. And you're saying, well, how do you know what's bad and what's good? Parents who value education and want their kids to be smarter than them and to do better than them at a younger age and want to be able to compete in the job market and in the workforce, if they don't know, they'll find out. Those things play a factor in determining what homes are going to sell quicker and what homes are going to stay on the market longer. Then we also have to factor in the economic of that is those who can afford it. With interest rates going higher, homes, regardless, unless they're really cheap, are going to start staying on the market a little longer, maybe 30, 40, or sometimes 50 days. Not because the houses, there's something wrong with them. It could be the fact that people just don't have the funds to buy them. It's the nature of the business. Whereas in the last 2 years, people were like, give me. Now it's like, that price point. So now instead of having 20 offers, you might have 6. Or instead of having 7, you might have 2. Depending on the price point. Doesn't mean people don't want to buy. It just means economic factors are making it to where people who wanted to buy yesterday no longer can. And then the social, already mentioned with the school situation, that's just one of them. Then we also have to factor in what's going on with the government, politically. All those things can factor if people are going to be willing to buy or sell. And I don't do politics. I made a video about that before. I don't do politics. However, I will say what is going on right now. What are people's mindset on what's going on right now? What are their thoughts about the person in office? What are their thoughts about the congressman or the congresswoman from their district? Where whatever state that is, how do they feel about that? How do they feel about the inflation? How do they feel about what's happened in the last 2 years with the COVID. Again, I'm not getting political. I'm not swaying right or left or whatever you want to call it. I'm just saying, if you're for the left, how are you feeling about, do you want to buy or sell? If you're for the right, how are you feeling about, do you want to buy or sell? That's all I'm saying. Not making any innuendos about this or that. I'm just telling you that does play a factor in the market in regards to if people are going to buy a home. Are they willing to relocate? Are they willing to sell their property? Will somebody buy it? Because, what's going on politically. You would think, like, what is that? It does. It does affect homes being bought and sold. Because, again, like I made another video, just because of somebody's statement or something politically that recently has transpired, people now start having a stigma because of something that happened. So now this person starts squawking, and these people start squawking and squawk, and no facts. And then people start taking on that belief system, and then boom, people are not so inclined to want to buy because there's a stigma going out there about this, or there's a stigma about that. Now, socially, economically, or dealing with the government, it can be positive in government, but negative socially. It's just, if everything's positive, then of course homes are going to be selling, people are going to be buying, the market's going to be looking a certain way. But when you have a negative and a positive, and then you have two negatives and one positive, or you have all negatives, that's where the market can fluctuate, and people feeling about purchasing or selling their property, all those things plays a factor. So, with that being said, I will catch you guys on the next one. Take care.